Hey guys, first of all, welcome back to the YouTube page. It is me, Bob the Drag Queen. Hello, bobbleheads. I want to say before we get started in the video today, please remember to subscribe to the page. My goal is to get 1 million subscribers before this year closes out. I feel like we can do it. Thank you so much for, riding with me this whole time. And also go ahead and turn on the notification bell. And if you want to help make content like this, it is really, really, really all thanks to the patrons over at the Sibling Rivalry Patreon. You can right now go over to Patreon, type in Sibling Rivalry Podcast. You can join us. All right, let's get started.
You better pray to God you don't get stuck with a motherfucking Melania. You niggas want brainless bitches to stroke your motherfucking ego?
Nicki Minaj is now full on MAGA. This is the story about how one of the most influential rappers of the 21st century moved from pop culture dominance and queer adoration into grievance politics, internet antagonism, and cultural isolation. This is the MAGA-fication of Nicki Minaj. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you would like to support me even more, or the things we're doing here at Purse First Studios, please go over to the YouTube page, Purse First Studios. You can subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can see some amazing content by queer people that is for queer audiences. This is the GGT, this is for the girls, the gays, and the theys. All right, back to the program.
I think when you're mean and when you ridicule people, it's a sign of your own insecurity.
Nicki Minaj did not quietly change. She did not drift. She did not wake up one morning and become controversial by accident. We are witnessing not just confusion, it is a transformation.
We're the cool kids.
Okay.
The other people, they're the ones who are still just disgruntled, but really they're just disgruntled with themselves.
At her peak, ooh, Jesus Christ. Not the second puberty. At her peak, Nicki Minaj was not just unavoidable, she was untouchable. Between 2010 and 2018, she achieved something no female rapper had ever achieved. Crossover stardom, cultural dominance, unmatched technical skill, and a fan base that spanned Black communities, women, and queer people. At her peak, Nicki Minaj was not just unavoidable, she was literally untouchable. I remember being in the subway in 2008 and I looked up and every single magazine had either Lady Gaga or Nicki Minaj on it. And I mean, except Home and Garden. I think there was some white lady holding a plant. But every other magazine, I'm telling you, I vividly remember this being like, wow, Nicki and Gaga are on the cover of literally every single magazine. It was in the Times Square subway station in 2008. I was a budding little 22-year-old. Nicki was not just successful, baby, she was protected. I think some queer-coded witch must have put a protection spell on her, but it has finally worn off. Her alter egos, her over-the-top display, her theatricality, all of it allowed her to say outrageous things and receive very little consequence from her fan base.
Music will cut me off if I can. May I express this to her as a singer? I just feel like what maybe trying to be expressed is just sing from your heart the entire time, and your notes will continue to shine.
She was also embraced heavily by her queer fans, especially Black queer fans. We were riding hard. We were going hard in the paint, as the straights say, for Nicki Minaj. So we saw ourselves in her camp, like her excess, her theatrical femininity, and most importantly, her defiance. This is what spoke to us.
I would encourage my gay fans to be fighters.
She stood up to people that we could not stand up to.
But Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just be cool. Oh, Donald, we love you. Donald Trump.
So it seems like she would never fade. Each Barb was basically a Horcrux scattered across the globe. She was undefeatable. And Nicki Minaj, she wasn't just an artist, she was like an avatar for us, right? She was representation for a lot of people.
What do you think it's gonna take for us to finally get a gay rapper? Like, what is gonna happen?
I am a gay rapper. You got one.
Yeah! We love you, Nicki!
And the first cracks that we saw in the armor did not come from politics. They came from criticism. Now, as the industry shifted, Nicki was no longer the only woman in rap. Younger artists started emerging, the sound started changing, the attention diversified. If some of you remember, when Nicki Minaj came on the scene, she took shots at the former queen of rap. WAP is crazy. She took shots at the former queen of rap, Lil' Kim. Do y'all remember this song? Well, we can't play the song, but we can show the video, maybe. I don't know. Nicki seems litigious these days. She might sue the fuck out of me. You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. That was shots being fired directly at Lil' Kim. She said, come on, Bubbles. Go back to your habitat. MJ gone there. We ain't having that. How you gonna be the stunt double to the nigga monkey? Top of that, I'm in a Phantom looking hella chunky. We did not stand by Kim. We owe Lil' Kim an apology. We owe Lil' Kim an apology. We did not stand by her. We did not stand up for her when she's being bullied by this younger, hotter, more popular rapper trying to take her down so that she could sit on the Game of Thrones. What's it called? The sword? You watch Game of Thrones? It's like the sword of Thrones, the throne sword, that thing. Nicki Minaj wanted that spot. And she got it. But instead of evolving with the times, Nicki just responded with defensiveness. She got very defensive. Every critique on her became an attack. Every chart conversation became a conspiracy. And every moment that wasn't praised was proof to her that she was being blackballed. And this is where Grievance begins. See, the Grievance pipeline is very simple. You are successful, you are no longer centered, you feel disrespected, you externalize blame, and then you find communities that validate that feeling. And Nicki found hers online. And of course, COVID, it just accelerated everything, right? Her vaccine tweets were not just about like medical skepticism. They were just about mistrust and misinformation. Mistrust of institutions, mistrust of experts, mistrust of anyone who questioned her. Y'all remember when her cousin's balls grew? Y'all remember this tweet? That was crazy. This is the same emotional pathway that leads people toward the MAGA ideology. Stay with me. It's not policy, it is resentment. A lot of people who are MAGA, they carry resentment in their bones for a system they think did them wrong, and they think they're outsiders right now, when the truth is they are actually the institution. They are the establishment. Nicki's associations began to matter more than her music. Like who she started connecting to mattered more than the art she was making. Obviously, her defense of violent men, her silence on issues that she used to speak on all the time, her willingness to attack journalists, fans, and peers very publicly.
I mean, I don't fuck with horses.
I want to talk about a moment where a lot of us decided that we could not ride with Nicki anymore. And this is Bigfoot. This diss track aimed at Megan Thee Stallion, it just marked a turning point for a lot of us. This was not playful competition. This was like a fixation. It was a hyper fixation. The record was framed as like retaliation, but it functioned more like, I don't even know, like court, like playground bullying, right? She wasn't just battling like Megan's bars. She was battling Megan's presence. She was trying to discredit her success, her acceptance in mainstream culture and with queer fans, and her cultural momentum. And not only that, Nicki Minaj decided to take this moment to make fun of the fact that she was physically assaulted with a weapon. She was shot by a man in the foot, and then she chose to use this opportunity and her platform to make fun of her dead mother. This has got to be a point where we're all like, what's going on? This seems different than everything that had happened in the past. This seemed different than Nicki Minaj standing up to politicians or standing up to establishments. This was Nicki Minaj taking shots at a young rapper who had gone through something traumatic. Two things, her issue with Tory Lanez and the death of her mother, which we've all seen Megan grieve publicly many times.
My mama could say, good job. That was good. You know, we did that. I feel like by now I would have been able to like get my together when I talk about my mama, but every time I talk about my mama, I cannot hold it together.
See, Megan was ascending and Nicki was defending. You know, they say when one supreme rises, another one falls, right? And in this moment, Nicki revealed something that we had never seen before. Insecurity without irony. There's no irony. It's just insecurity. Y'all remember that? We all remember the Instagram Live.
Fragment foot. Bullet fragment foot, bitch.
And she adopted the language of culture war grievance. Things like, they're trying to silence me. They don't want strong women. It's an agenda.
We're not allowed to have a different opinion anymore. We're not allowed to think out loud anymore.
These phrases are not neutral. They are ideological signals. They are virtue signals showing you what her virtues are. And I think we just realized that our virtues no longer align with Nicki Minaj. So the queer fans did not leave Nicki Minaj because she aged. We love old people. We went up for Cicely Tyson until her last days. We love Sherilyn Sarkisian. Nicki is, I think, roughly the same age as Beyonce. We still love Beyonce. It has nothing to do with her age. They left because the fantasy dismantled itself. Nicki stopped punching up and she started punching down. So what used to be camp became cruelty. What used to be confidence became contempt. What used to be exaggeration became hostility.
Back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
And then when the queer fans expressed their discomfort, she didn't listen. She mocked, she dismissed, and then she retaliated. Does that sound familiar? Hello? So the Barbs are no longer just fans, right? They operate like a political movement. The Barb Party. Now they're engaging in harassment campaigns, conspiracy framing, loyalty over accountability, and enemies defined externally, right? It's not us, it's them. Listen, this is not unique to Nicki, but it is familiar to anyone who has watched MAGA culture online or in person. Identity becomes your armor. Criticism becomes persecution. Power becomes victimhood. Nicki Minaj is not required to be progressive, but influence comes with consequence. I learned this as I grow in the world on the public stage. So when a figure with her reach reinforces grievance politics, mistrust, and reactionary rhetoric, it matters, especially to the communities that once felt seen by her. This is not about canceling Nicki Minaj. I don't believe that people can really be canceled like that. It's about naming what happened. Nicki Minaj did not lose relevance. She rejected evolution.
What would you describe a Barb to be?
A Barb is a Nicki Minaj fanatic who is extremely knowledgeable of my past.
This part of the video I want to direct toward the Barbs because I know what y'all are going through. I was never a Barb. I was a Nicki fan. Was I a Nicki fan? I was a Nicki fan. I was a big Nicki fan. But the Barbs were on a different level. And I understand you guys are going through grief. This is truly grief, right? And it's not just that you like Nicki Minaj, especially for those of you who are like in your 20s. Nicki Minaj has been with you since you were in elementary school. You quote her every day. You dressed as her for Halloween.
I don't even know why you girls bother at this point. Like, give it up! It's me! I win! You lose!
So much of your personality is based around Nicki Minaj as a person, and that was not by accident, that was by design. You have her flags hanging up in your bedroom. You stream her songs, and you put on Spotify, put it on repeat, and you leave the house to make sure that her tracks go to #1. And it felt like when she was succeeding, you were succeeding. So when she's losing, it feels like you're losing. And that makes a lot of sense. So let's look at the stages of grief. Stage 1, denial. Nicki can't have lost it all. Nicki's still the queen of rap. Nicki wouldn't do that. You're just misunderstanding her. You have to be in denial because you're grieving the relationship that you thought you had with Nicki Minaj. You're grieving what she represented. Nicki's song was playing on your girls' trip. Nicki's song, when it's the moment you walked off stage, you went to the club, and you all, everyone, when the Nicki, when Monster came on, you were all in a circle. Everyone in the club was screaming, "Pull up in that Monster automobile, gangsta, with a bad bitch that came from street." We were all in the club screaming it together. Everyone felt united because we felt like we were rallying behind this powerful woman. So yeah, you're gonna be in denial about that. Then you start bargaining. Step 2, well, maybe she said that because of this. Maybe she did that because of this. Well, have you considered this? Have you thought about what she's gone through? So obviously, you're gonna start bargaining with yourself and with people around you who have already left the camp because everyone doesn't go to the stage at the same time, right? You're arguing with someone who's already on stage 5. So you're like, no, hear me out. So when Nicki Minaj gets on stage at the Turning Points USA, you think to yourself, There has to be some higher meaning to this.
What people misunderstand about me now, I don't care about it. I really don't. In fact, I love that they misunderstand me now.
I do too, because it shows that you're not a part of this world.
Step 3, anger. Now you're mad. Because again, we're not just when people criticize Nicki Minaj, it doesn't feel like a criticism of her. It feels like a criticism of every moment in your life that is connected to Nicki Minaj. So obviously you're gonna feel angry because it feels like an attack on you. Stage 4, depression. Baby, baby, baby. I get it. You are now in a bad mood. And it's not anger. It's because anger is when you're mad at the world. Depression is when you're mad at yourself. Because you are coming to the realization, have I been on the wrong side of history? Did I not jump ship soon enough? And then finally, you hit stage 5. This is acceptance. They not like us. So yeah, you're gonna go to the stages. And I want you to know right now, you're valid. Maybe you're not on stage 5. Maybe you're not even on stage 1 yet. Maybe you're still stuck on stage 1. You're in denial. No, it couldn't be my queen. Because you rode hard for her. The MAGA-fication of Nicki Minaj is not about red hats or party lines. It is about resentment replacing curiosity. Control replacing collaboration. Power replacing play. And listen, once that shift happens, the art always suffers.
Are you sure you got everything that you wanted? That's all you wanted from me?
Burn me again.
So, here are my final thoughts. First of all, if you enjoyed this kind of video, let me know. I try something new for my page, and if you enjoyed that, then please, let me know if you want to see more like this from me. But that being said, obviously, when you invest in celebrities who are just human beings, they can let you down. Your morals will shift. You will no longer align. Except me. If you subscribe to my page, I'll never let you down. Actually, I can't promise that. I probably should let some of you down already. But I will definitely try my hardest. And listen, to all the Barbs, we will allow you to reintegrate into society. We won't hold this against you forever. There's still time. It's not too late. All right, see you all next week.